ก็ช็อกโกแลตอีกหนึ่ง
ก็ผิด
ช็อกโกแลตเบลเจียนช็อกโกแลตครับ โอ้
ได้
shit oh shit my fault
เป็น duplicate transaction
ฮะ
with same type last time duplicate transaction
oh like a duplication okay แป๊บหนึ่งไม่ยอมเหรออันนี้ fucking truest manไม่เป็นไร thank you all right here we are we're back gotta get another drink man it's been here since 8 o'clock all right where are we today is June 6th, Friday, June 6th, and it is now 9 o'clock. Very good. Welcome, everybody. Today we're going to talk about living frugal in Thailand, being smart, versus being an idiot and pissing all your money away, dying broke, or going broke here and having to run home because you have no money, which I cannot tell you how many people I've seen that happen to, and it almost happened to me, but fortunately I smartened up and it didn't happen to me, so I lucked out. But for most people, they're smart enough to keep their wits about them, at least when they get a little bit older. When they're young, well, forget about it. When they're young, a lot of guys just lose themselves, and that's it. They spend everything they have. You've probably seen these videos. Live in Thailand on $500 a month, and the guy's eating, some pat krapao, which is not one of my favorite meals, but whatever. He's riding a scooter, and he's lounging at a beachside cafe, and he claims he's living his best life. But he's not really doing anything. I mean, all he's doing is sitting there, eating a pad krapao. I understand I can eat a pad krapao every day of the week if I want. Pad krapao is not my favorite meal. It doesn't matter what meal it is. But anyway, it's a slick, kind of seductive, ticking time bomb, because a lot of people buy into it. Younger people buy into it. They start thinking that they can go over to Thailand. It's so cheap. Well, I think people are wising up a little bit now, because most people know now, you never know what's going to happen next. And $500 is just not that much money. It really isn't. It's not much money at all. When you think about What can you get with $500 anywhere in the world? Sure, you can get some food and things like that, but if you want to buy like a car or a motorcycle or a computer or something like that, it's a lot harder to buy that stuff. And just about anywhere, it's not enough money. So I'm here to tell you it ain't enough. I do have a couple of caveats, but when the visa rules change, when you get sick and maybe you have no insurance, when your laptop dies, or when your budget is at its lowest and you're in survival mode, you need to live cheap with a strategy, and you need to think about this. I mean, listen, I've been from the low end to the high end. I've had no money, and I thought, what am I going to do? And man, I racked my brain. And fortunately, I came up with a few things. I made enough money to make ends meet, and I ended up getting back on my feet. But if you're here and you're an old man, think about it. You're an old man and you're like, I don't want a girlfriend. I just have the girls, I can bang them every once in a while. And they really don't care about you that much. They care about you as long as you're paying them. But you got no girlfriend. You got nothing. You got no family. And the thing is that you may die here. And I worry about a few people here. But I know that at least they have their finances fairly together. But those are the kind of things that, like, now I'm starting to think about even more. Do you want to die broke in a foreign country and, you don't know what's going to happen to you? Not that it really matters when you're dead, but it's not really a badge of honor. It's more like you're just a failure, Before I go on, I am Scott. I am an American who's been living here for a long time. And before I get started, oh man, I'm in pain today. Oof. Before I get started, if you like this video, if you like the live streams, and you have not subscribed yet, please do so. I'd appreciate it. Hit the notification bell so you will be updated on everything. If you want to send me a message, you want to send me a Dear Scott letter, or you need a consultation, maybe you need to know about SINSOD, or you need to know about how you can navigate your relationship or something like that, whatever it may be. Maybe you just need to know a few things before coming over here. Email me for a consultation at anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. So now let me just be upfront here. I'm not going to give you, I'm not in the mood, rarely am I in the mood to sweet talk or bullshit or mealy mouth. I'm not trying to sell you a fantasy about living here, because it hasn't been a fantasy for me. I get all these guys telling me, oh, it's a fantasy in Thailand. It's a dream. It's so great. It's a utopia there. And I'm like, listen, it's a great place. I mean, that's true. It's a great place to live, especially if you have your act together. Now, if you don't have your act together, it's not such a great place. And it's definitely not a fantasy. So I'm not here to tell you how to live for pennies here and give you some secret. There's not a lot of secrets. The secret is take care of your money, and your money will take care of you. That's the secret. That's the big secret. Okay? I'm also not trying to scare you off, which some people are like, oh, you say that Pathia is going downhill and it's such a bad place. It's the low season. Okay, keep thinking what you want. Keep thinking what you want. That's all I'm going to say. You're allowed to think what you want. And I can tell you that the masses of Indians and Chinese that are in Pattaya, they don't care if you come here either. And you may not have any problems with them. Listen, I go there, I don't have any problems with them. However, when I walked down Walking Street the last time, as I said, it was so loud I couldn't even hear my friends. We had to go in the bar to be able to hear each other, and we had to be sitting right next to each other. So, I mean, it is what it is. I know it's not going to be perfect. That's a given. You know it's not going to be perfect there or here or anywhere else. And I saw somebody else said to me, oh, well, you know, Bangkok is next. Bangkok's going in the toilet. It's going to be in the shitter. No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's just not. Bangkok's going to be what it is. It's always just going to be Bangkok. It's going to be partially traditional. It's going to be modern. It's going to be great. It's going to be shitty. I mean, I can tell you, I can walk out, go down the street, and I can tell you, this area right here is dog shit. Then I walk down another 50 feet, and I go, all this street here is beautiful. Everything is clean. There's not one bit of garbage. Fantastic. Now, you know, I don't really know at this point, like, if I was somebody's to ask me, well, why are you still there? Well, I came here a long time ago, and I just decided to stay. I said I was going to stay for a year, and I stayed for a lot longer than that. And you know, that's the thing. Here right now, I just want to just talk man to man, man to woman, whatever it is, whatever you are, and talk about what's going on here in the expat space and with the tourists, because I've seen guys come here and they've really thrived. I've seen some guys take off and they've done extremely well. They've done better than me, far better than me. But then I've seen some guys who have, you know, lost it all. They've fallen on their ass. And they're just like, I just don't understand, you know. It's not that difficult to understand. Now, if you're thinking about coming till the end, like me, I didn't really think, oh, I'm going to be here till the end. Once I had kids and I got set up with my wife and we, you know, got entrenched in our relationship, and we've been here, I mean, I've been here for a long time now, 31 years. Once all that happened, I just kind of went, all right, we'll see what happens. Now I'm in a little bit of a different place, but I'm not going anywhere. There's no way I'm going anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere. If I go somewhere, it's going to be because I want to go for 3 months or whatever it is, 6 months. So I've seen plenty of guys here thrive, and I've seen plenty of them fall on their face. And then there are some, and I know a few of them, and I'm very proud of Jono, because he has come here, done everything that he wanted to do. He's retired, and he is here living his best life, just doing things the way he wants. He's got dignity. He's doing fine. But I've also seen some guys who they barely had food to eat, or they were sitting on the bar having a beer, and that was the end. They're broke, they're alone, they don't have a pot to piss in, and nobody really knows what to do with them. And that is not what you want. So we're going to talk about the cheap Thailand. That's what this is. Oh, it's the cheap Thailand. Thailand ain't cheap. It's no cheaper than any other place. Okay? It's cheap in some ways, and it's not cheap in other ways. Now, hang on a second here. It's not about the rent. It's not about a bowl of noodles. You know. It's not about all the little things that you just take for granted. That's 5 baht, 10 baht, whatever, 20 baht. You get on the bus or whatever it may be, but there are hidden costs and there are caveats, and you need to know what happens when the honeymoon is over. And now you're just living. That's it. You're living. You're not going out every night. Yeah, you know, me and my buddies, me and my girls. I got all these girls down at, you know, wherever it may be, the G spot. I mean, you know, I used to go down to Clinton Plaza. Clinton Plaza is long gone. I used to love that place. And the girls loved me there. And I wasn't spending a ton of money, but I was spending enough to where, you know, it hurt a little. But then one day it's gone. I'm like, oh my God. Wow. End of an era, right? So things happen, your dreams or whatever you want to call them, sometimes they don't continue, and you just have to get into it and live your life, just a regular old life. A friend here in Thailand died broke. He did not have any budget, spent more than he earned, borrowed money to live, and ultimately did not have enough to renew his retirement visa. Sounds like a winner. And I'll tell you something, if a guy's got, listen, it's one thing if you're out, you don't have nowadays it's pretty easy. You don't have your wallet, you don't have 20 baht, 50 baht, 100 baht in cash. You ask your buddy, hey, get me a coffee? Yeah, all right, I'll get you back. Okay, that's one thing. But when you're going, hey, will you please give me 20,000 baht because I don't really have any money, I don't do those things. Because all my friends have their act together. If they don't have their act together, I go, hey man, life is tough, buddy. Really don't know what to tell you. Andy Travels. How you doing, buddy? How is everything and where are you? Morning all from Soy Tonglor. Oh, you're down there now. Wow. Thoughts about another coup related to the Cambodia border incident? There are no thoughts. You're not going to have another coup. Come on. To me, it's idiotic. So many are desperate to find a way out of the West that's cheaper. I don't think Thailand is the best option right now for even retirees. The baht is way too high and shouldn't be. Well, I will tell you that I think it should be in at least the top 10 and not more than about the top 15. It should be within the top 15. I think Thailand should. Because despite all the negatives here, and there are some negatives, there's a lot of positives. I mean, I can go, this is the thing, I've been thinking about this for a long time. And, my wife is completely on board. I'm on board. We're all on board. We just have to time everything properly with our money and with our kids and everything like that. But, she's gone right now. She'll be back this weekend. And then I think in another week, we're going to go down to Suratani. And we'll see our house down there. See how everything's coming along. And then they may go back, maybe I'll take one of the kids, and I may go somewhere else. Because I want to find somewhere that we can get away to. I've been looking for this for a long time. I found Kanom, Sichon, and I think I like Sichon better than Kanom actually, but there are a lot of places to go. And there are also places outside of Thailand, because I will be honest, sometimes I get sick and tired of hearing, oh, this is Thailand. Well, Thailand. Oh, my way, Thai way. Oh, everything Thailand. I get tired of hearing that shit all the time. I just want to hear, well, this is the best way for us to do it. Not, oh, this is the Thai way. So sometimes I need to get out of the country. And we may do that in a couple of months. I don't know. August or September, we may go somewhere. Because now we have the money, we're starting to really, sock it away, and we're starting to think about things. And, I don't mind going out of the country for 2 or 3 months and then coming back in. I don't have to be here. So, there's those things to think about. Back home, next trip to Kuala Lumpur. Well, I went to Borneo. I went to Borneo in Indonesia before. But I've been to Kuala Lumpur a couple times. It's all right. I don't really like Malaysia all that much. It's not my speed, But anyway, let me continue here. What is your standard of living? Do you even know what it is? Do you know, hey, what's my nut? How do I cover my nut? How much do I need? Do you even know that? If you don't know that, you got to figure that out. Because if you don't know it, then there's only one way that you don't need to know it. You got an excessive amount of money. If you're bringing in 300,000 a month and you're living off of 20,000, well, then obviously you don't really have much to worry about. But most people, they need to know how much money they have coming in. Well, my pension is 1,800. My Social Security is 1,500. Oh, that's 3,300. Plus I have another 500 that comes in from, whatever. So you go, oh, that's almost $4,000. Yeah, I can live pretty good off of that. Where can I live? What can I do? You need to know these things. But the fantasy of $500 a month in Thailand is pretty much dead. And I will give you an example of how it's not dead, but in most cases it is. That fantasy has been around for longer than I've been on YouTube. I mean, 30 years ago, if you had $500 or $600, you could scrape by, but it wasn't great money. Like now, okay, you can scrape by if you buy yourself, you buy a condo, you own the condo, you and your wife own a house on a plot of land out in the farm somewhere. All you're buying is food. You're maybe paying the electric bill. You might not even have cable or something like that. You don't drink much. If you do, maybe once in a while you go out and buy a bottle of beer. And food out in the country is cheaper if you're buying it from Thais. Generally, it's cheaper than if you're going to the grocery or you're buying it like here in Bangkok. Also, you're not using the air conditioner all day, every day. My air conditioning, I got my bill yesterday. My bill has been as high as 8,000 baht. But it's gone down since we bought new air conditioners because they're more efficient. So now the bill has been around 6,000 to 6,500. And I just told the kids, I said, listen, if you're not in the room, turn off the air conditioner. If you're not going to be home, turn off the air conditioner. Remember to turn off the lights. Stop wasting electricity, which my parents used to tell me all the time. They started doing it. This month, our bill is 4,800 baht. To me, that's cheap. That's a cheap electric bill. I'm so happy. Anything under 5,000 baht, I'm thrilled. Okay? But imagine, you got a 5,000 baht electric bill, and all you got is 16,000 baht to live off every month. Could you do it? Probably not. Most people do not come here to scrape by. Most people come here to live at least somewhat well, and hopefully better than what you were living back home. I lived quite well when I lived back home. That was a long time ago, but I was making good money then. I lived very well. But the lifestyle here is much better. That's the only thing I can say. The lifestyle here is better than it was back in the United States. So again, I'll ask you, if you live here, or if you plan on living here, how much do you plan on spending? How much do you think you're going to have? Are you one of these guys who goes, well, I got $1,000, that's plenty of money? Because it's, it is what it is. It might not be enough. All right, do me a favor. I'll just say this one more time. Please hit the like button, smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. We got 54 people and we got 14 thumbs up. Be good if we could match the number of people in the stream. So that would be great. You can also join down below the video window if you want to join for $1.99 a month. You help support the channel, and that helps. Super chats help. Cash App helps. Every dollar helps because I put it right back into the channel. Okay, believe it or not. And you will see this soon coming up. So, being frugal in Thailand, let me just give you an idea. Let me just give you an idea of what frugal is in Thailand. You have money, but you don't blow it. It's not burning a hole in your pocket. You're not just saying, hey, I've got $1,000, let me go out and piss it all away. You spend on value, not on vanity. So, you don't always go out and buy a Hugo Boss shirt or Dolce & Gabbana unless you really have the money. Now, I don't really care about all that stuff that much, but once in a while, I'll go out and buy something designer. Once a year. It might be $250 for something, and I'll go and spend it. Most of the time, I spend, $25, $30 on a shirt. That's it. You know when to splurge, and you know when to say no. You budget not because you're broke, but because you're not stupid. Because if you don't have a budget, it's a lot harder to keep track of your money. You avoid tourist traps, inflated prices, and lazy convenience spending. The tourist traps are the worst. You can live simply, but it doesn't mean that you're in fear. You don't want to spend your money on all kinds of things because, I've got to have them. No, you have confidence in what you need, what you want, and that's what you spend your money on. You don't need to spend money on things because you're scared if you don't have them. Oh my God, what am I going to do? You run your finances, they don't run you. Now, being broke in Thailand, you live month to month. There is no backup plan. There is no savings. You skip your insurance because you're healthy. The only reason you should skip your insurance is if you have several $100,000 sitting in the bank and you don't care if you got to spend it on your health. Because if you have enough money, generally you'll be okay. Now, it depends on if you have a really serious ailment. $300,000, $500,000 might not be enough money. That's the thing. And they like to screw you at the hospitals, and it could be in the United States or it could be right here. It's not like it used to be here where you go to a clinic for $10 and you're fine. Now you go to a clinic and it's $100. You eat crap by choice, not by necessity. You can't go home because you can't even afford a plane ticket. Listen, you should also always have the backup money to be able to fly home. If you can't get home, it's like you're not in a good place. You're one accident, one visa issue, or one family emergency away from ruin. You're one of these people who say Thailand is still cheap, but secretly sweat every 100 baht. You're not being frugal, you're gambling with your life. That's the truth. And it's funny, when I start talking about these harsh truths, nowhere near as many people comment. Okay, the guy before said his friend died broke. Okay, I've had a few friends that didn't have anything. I got another one that he's got some money, but I still worry about him because depending on where he is will affect how much money he has to spend. If he's back home in the United States, he'll be fine. If he's over here, I don't know. So, we'll see. All right, smart cheap versus stupid cheap. Smart cheap means being frugal, but you have some structure, budgeting, you have insurance, you save for emergencies, And stupid cheap means you skip your insurance, you hope your visa situation works itself out at the last minute, you eat crappy, and you act surprised when any kind of disaster. It could just be a minor disaster, it could be a major disaster, but you're surprised when that happens. Oh my God, I can't believe it. But what are you so surprised for? That's what happens in life. That's what you got money in the bank for. A guy living in Chiang Mai with $600 a month gets hit by a car, has no insurance, and his family has to start a GoFundMe. How many times have we seen that? Chiang Mai, Phuket, Bangkok, wherever it is. Guy gets hit by a car. He's like, oh, well, you know, my insurance ran out. How does your insurance run out? What kind of insurance do you have? You need to have a decent insurance, you know. I'm questioning retirement early in Chiang Mai, love, with a couple 100,000 savings. $1,200 per month. Well, how old are you? $59. Now, you're not American, or do you get any kind of Social Security or anything like that when you hit 65 or 62 or 67? I mean, you know, I do like Chiang Mai. It's not my favorite place. You get 1,200. Yeah. 62. 62, you get $1,200. I like Chiang Mai, but I don't like the burning season. I don't like all that, and yeah, that puts me off. Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, that whole area up there. I love that area. It's really nice. However, I will say, I like beaches better. I like the coast and oceans better. Even if I'm not going to go in sometimes, I just like to be by the ocean. Not near, you know, like the thing is, I went to Khao Lak, and I was telling my wife about Khao Lak. Oh, it's great there. It's really nice. Yeah, well, that's where the tsunami hit. So that, boom, she's not going. There's no way in hell she'll move there. She doesn't want to go where the tsunami hit, you know. Took a friend out to lunch in San Diego, little Mexican cafe, 2 entrees, 2 drinks, and a tip came over to $60. Same meal in Thailand would only be about $20 top. Why are you comparing? You know, I mean, I understand you do that, you compare to see what it's like, but the bottom line is, if you live here, you live here. Then you got to start comparing here. The meal that you bought for $20 here, probably 10 years ago, used to be, for 2 people, it might have been $8 or $10. You know, prices are going up here too. I just saw something, I don't know what I did with it. It was something about how people say Thailand is cheap. Well, it's not cheap. It's cheaper in some ways. However, the gap between the West and Thailand is narrowing. The price gap is narrowing. Why do they need to burn stuff in Chiang Mai? Is it no, it's for their crops. And they do it all, you know, they do that for 3-4 months out of every year. You know, it clears the land to help for the next cycle of the crops that they're planting. Sugar cane, rice, maize, whatever. But a lot of pollution, man. A lot of pollution. And, you know, Thailand has its problems with pollution. And that's one thing. They haven't really done anything about it. Now, you can bitch and moan about it. Yeah, okay, sometimes it's terrible. Sometimes it is. And sometimes it's not so bad. So you go, oh, well, it's not so bad now. That's not how I look at it. I look at it like if 80% of the time it's really bad and 40% of the time it's okay, that's not good enough. So I have to think, what can I do about that? And I always tell my wife, we got to get out of here. She doesn't understand that. To me, it's a pressing issue. And the only thing is I don't really have, I don't have quite enough money to do it. Not yet. I don't think it was better. No. I don't know. Really, I don't know. Because they've been doing this for a long time. It's not like it just happens one year and not the other. And then all these other countries around them do the same kind of thing. Live in Bangkok, Udam Suk. Live off $1,200 a month. Rent with electric about $230 a month. Yeah, and what kind of place are you living in? An apartment? Like a one-bedroom apartment or something? Come on. Who are they talking to? Nobody is in the mall. No customers are in the mall. It's only the people working here. Crazy. Studio apartment. And how old are you? The only thing I would say is, I don't know how old you are, or, even if you're young, even if you're old, do you want to live in a studio apartment all your life? Because I didn't. Yeah, I didn't, and I don't. I don't want to live in a studio apartment all my life. That's why I understand if you have what you have, you can only do what you can do. If you're able to save money and do all those kind of things, yeah, I mean, it's good, it's fine. What else are you supposed to do? Go back home and you're living off of nothing. Fumes. But here, at least you can live. I mean, it's a studio apartment, which, I don't know, maybe I would look around for a one-bedroom or something. I don't know. I just think that there's a lot of people who, they think that if they live down by Sukhumvit or down by the BTS or whatever it is, that's the place to live. And then they're paying more money. Listen, I haven't paid more than 7,000 baht for a house in probably, how many years now? Probably 24 years. And before that, I lived with my wife for about a year, and we were paying 4,500 baht a month for an apartment. And before that, I lived in my own apartment, and I was paying like 45,000, including electric, all the, back then it was modem. They'll have a modem, then have a telephone, have my maids. I had everything. It was 45,000 a month. So sometimes if you get somebody to look for you, you got a Thai girl that you're close with or something, or you can get them to help you. They can find you a house that's, 7,000-10,000, something like that. And you've got a yard. You can walk outside. You can do what you. I mean, it's great. I mean, I've had that for 25 years. I haven't had anything else. And we've looked at buying places. And I told my wife no. It wasn't because we didn't have the money. It was because why should we spend 40,000 baht a month to pay a mortgage when we really, I was like, well, we don't have 8 million baht just to put down. We don't have that. Okay? We can't do that. So, all right. So the way that it works is they just finance everything. Yeah, I mean, of course it's not much. It's not much at all. But you know, I was like, hey, we pay 7,000 baht now, and we have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhouse. Why do I want to pay 40,000 to have a 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom, massive place that I probably will not even use that much? Maybe I would, but why am I going to pay that unless I can just pay it in cash? Why am I going to do that? So we didn't buy it. I mean, and that's happened a couple of times where we just went at the last minute. We were approved. We could have done it, and I said, I just don't think it's the right move. And my wife's like, well, you don't seem to want to move. It's not that I don't want to move in. I think it's stupid because now we can go wherever we want. If we want, we can have the kids rent our place. They can rent the place from and just pay the rent for us. It's that cheap, right? We can go wherever we want, or we can pay the rent. It doesn't matter. We don't have to stay there. So that's what I like. But yeah, $230 is pretty cheap. The only thing is, like I said, it's a studio, and that's not very big. And sometimes you need to be able to walk around. You need to stretch, and you know, you need plenty of room. All right, let me continue here. Now, I'll ask you this. I don't know if anybody's going to answer me here, but have you ever cut corners that bit you in the ass later? And I don't want to sound like, what's this guy's name? Colin. It's not biting your ass when you're getting a place and it's $230 a month, because that's what you can afford. But what happens is some guys will go the opposite direction. I know several of them. They'll pay 40,000 baht for an apartment, and they're spending that much on an apartment when they could spend half the amount, probably live right next door or 2 doors down, have a nice place. And it's not like they're at the price that they're paying at 40,000. It's not like they're bringing some girl up and she just goes, oh my God, I got to take my pants off for you now. You're the man. Oh my God, I love you. It's not that kind of a place. It's the kind of place where they go, oh, this is nice. It's really nice. Doesn't mean they're gonna jump your bones because of it. You know, so you're talking about, you might be talking about, let's just say $1,200, $1,500 US a month, and you can live for a quarter of that. But a lot of guys, they don't want to. They're like, oh, well, I'm down here by Sukhumvit. Okay, so what do you really want to be down by Sukhumvit for? If you're going chasing the chicks, okay, I understand. But other than that, I got out of there because I didn't want to chase them anymore. And because my wife said, it's not good for you to be down there because you're going to be tempted. And I was like, yeah, you're right. All right, so sometimes you think that like the rent is cheap, but everything else adds up. You know, like the visa fees, the insurance, the dental, clothing, travel, your telecom, whatever, you know, the like not Air Asia, what is it? A1, AIS, things like that. You may have some gear. You know, I always had photography gear. I'd have to replace it. Every time I replace it, it cost me friggin' 20,000 baht, 30,000 baht. You know, supporting your family. Oh, you've got a girlfriend now. Well, she needs 20,000 a month. So all that stuff adds up. Good morning, Bruce. How you doing? And then what about your health care? I mean, even basic blood work and medication is going to cost you. Most people are going to pay something. Now, if you're living off of next to nothing, good luck. Pay it. Go ahead. The point is, you need to have money stashed. If you don't have money stashed, you know, your $500, your $700 or whatever. It's not gonna last you. It's not gonna count. What about if you come here single and you get married? What about if you knock her up? You have a kid. She's like, what? No, I'm having this baby, buddy. What are you talking about? And we need to get married. And you're like, well, okay, I guess. Yeah, all right. Well, guess what? Now your expenses went up. Your cheap life needs a buffer, or it's just a time bomb. You're just waiting for the next thing to come that raises all your prices up and up and up. That's what happens. Now that my kids are getting older, we paid off most of their school. I don't have to worry about these things as much. They eat more, but other than that, I don't have to really worry about it. Now, what about the guy who's an expat and he has no plan, he has no insurance, he has no money, he has no help? I mean, you see these guys, if you look on YouTube, you look at, what's the name of it? What's the name of that thing? Is it Expat or, you know, Aussie Expat or something like that? But they're set up there to help people, whatever they may need. And a lot of time, it's some guy who's a joker who just, he's going around willy-nilly and he's pissing away money. His mother gives him $2,000 for his air ticket to go back home. He starts spending a little bit. Next thing you know, he's blew $1,000. He doesn't have enough for the ticket. So the embassy calls and tries to get the money from her. She says, well, I'll give you the money. Then they've got to buy the ticket. Then they buy the ticket. The guy doesn't want to go on the plane because he wants to get the refund for the ticket so that he could go out and go partying again. That's what happens here. I mean, there are some real knuckleheads here. Some of the people get stuck at the hospital. Some get buried with their name on a cheap gravestone, and guess what? Their name might even be misspelled. They have no retirement plan. They have no next of kin. They have no real dignity, and Thailand isn't going to bail you out, and it shouldn't have to. So you need to come up with a plan, no matter what age you are. And let me tell you something. It took me up to about, up until about COVID. When COVID hit, that's when I started saying I really got to just like start putting every cent that I have to start putting it away. Instead of just going, well, I'll put this much away, I'll put that much away. Now it's full on, and I like that. All right, what is all this here? Let me see here. Studio apartment. Maybe when I draw Social Security, I'll upgrade. You might want to just to give yourself a little room. Bruce. You're talking to a very different demographic and all over the board. I don't know, what is the different demographic? I'm kind of curious to know what you're talking about. Getting more expensive and will continue to. My latest Substack newsletter on Thailand asks retirees and long-term residents if they're ready for how fast Thailand is changing. Well, yeah, I'm ready. I don't understand what's the problem if you prepare yourself? I mean, really, if you prepare yourself somewhat, you'll be ready. You'll be as ready as you can be. I'll put it that way. No comments. It doesn't really. Let me see something here. Who do we think we are? Well, if you're coming here, you're either going to get really lucky, which is what happened to me in the beginning, or you're going to set yourself up that just like, and I'll give some credit to my wife, because my wife and I have money put away. We have plenty of money put away, and she has what do you call it, Providence Fund, where they match her Providence Fund, all kinds of retirement programs. So she helped me, and I've helped her in a way by pushing her. And I think if you don't do those things, especially if you're just coming here and you're single, I think you're really setting yourself up for failure if you don't push yourself to implement a savings program like a long-term retirement plan. I think it's super important to do that. So now, have you thought about what would happen if you died in Thailand? Who would handle it? Because I have a couple of friends here who don't really have anybody. And I'm like, I don't want to handle it. I mean, no offense to them, I don't want to handle it. I mean, would I? Maybe, probably. I don't really want to, though. But when you think about it, if you're here and you're single, then what? You're single. What are you going to do? You got, your best girlfriend who's just a friend. She's going to take care of you. I mean, you got to figure these things out. All right, so the baseline budget that I figure is between $1,200 and $1,500 for a single person. Anything under that is risky. An emergency fund, they always say 3 to 6 months. I like 6 months because if you got 6 months, you can stretch it out a little bit more. But actually, I like a year minimum, because the money that you should be spending here should be far less than you would be spending back in the United States. Health insurance, if you're older and uninsurable, keep at least $10,000 to $20,000 liquid, and that is probably not enough. Okay, you're going to need more than that. Yeah, you're going to need more than that. Don't get lazy when it comes to your visa compliance. Don't overstay. Do your 90-day, stay on the up and up. If you're retired, what do you have to do that's more important than to make sure that your legality in the country is that you have done everything, you're on the up and up, you don't have anything to worry about with the government. The last thing you need to worry about is the government. Also, try to rely on multiple income sources. Do not rely on one income stream, because if something happens to that one income stream, like you've got rental property, and the people who you've had renting for the last 25 years decide they want to move, and then you can't get anybody else to move in, and you're stuck. You have no income. Now, if you've got 3 different incomes, 4 different incomes, well, now at least you got some coming in, and you can figure out what you're going to do with that. If you want real peace of mind, do not gamble with all of this. Do not gamble with your future. And, you're going to have to think about it a little bit. 15 is a good start. I changed from thinking I need 15, now 18, be a little more comfortable. If I get married, bare minimum 2,000. Yeah, and I'll just give you guys a suggestion. If you're going to get married, don't marry a bar girl, first of all. because she thinks you need to take care of her. Don't marry a woman who says, you take care of me. No. You're my woman, I'm your man, we take care of each other. That's what you do. So if they're bringing in an income, guess what? That income helps. They need to be working. They can't be laying around all day. Oh, I'm going to clean the house today. They don't need to clean the house. Okay? You can hire a maid if you got enough money. Any money's liquid should be in your retirement accounts. Your money loses value in a bank account. Yes. That's exactly what I think. Demographics, young men versus retirees. I'm looking at you as an older foreigner with a family living there for years. You talk to young men. You talk to young men, in my opinion. Well, I mean, you know, I sometimes I expect older men are a little wiser and they don't really need the help, you know. But I don't know about you. I don't know what your story is. I didn't even see really here. Oh, you're questioning your retirement. Yeah, there's a difference between $200,000 and say $500,000 and $1,200 a month. $1,200 a month in Chiang Mai. Yeah, you could live up there. You could do that, and you could probably, you know, maybe you shave off a little bit. No, they're not actually. I don't know why anybody thinks that. If you had $1,200, maybe, you know, every month you're spending $1,120 and you just put the extra money away. You can do that. You don't have to spend it all. And you know, you can build on that several $100,000 that you have, if that's what you want to do. I used to eat out 2 times a day, not counting entertainment. I spent a lot when I was younger. Yeah, I mean, I still, like, you know, did I eat out yesterday? Did I eat? No, I don't think I ate out yesterday, but the day before, I went and had, I had a curry, Japanese curry, in one of the places over there. 220 baht or something. You know, I'm like, all right, that's well within my budget, so, you know. Wait a minute, what is this? Yeah, actually, the majority of people tend to be in the older range. And then the younger range, you start to get less and less people that are subscribed to my channel. That's the truth. Even though young men do need the advice. I mean, like, any young man, if you tell them, hey, listen, don't be a dumbass. When you come here, don't fall in love with some bar girl. No matter how much you think it's going to work. Don't fall in love with them. Don't be an idiot. Don't let yourself do that. And I remember that my buddy, who now lives in Ecuador, you know, who I've been friends with for many, many years, he set me up with to go out to dinner with the Thai guy. And I went out with this guy, and the guy said to me, listen, you need to make sure you understand, Thai women can be very tricky. So don't just fall in love with them, and, you know, make sure that you are smart about it. And I was like, oh, okay, of course. Yeah, I understand that. But I didn't really. But then when I started seeing the way that some of them work with men, I was like, holy shit. I better wise up, man. You know. And you listen, you want one way that you'll lose all your money really quickly, it's women. I mean, you know, all of a sudden they just twerk their little hip the right way, and you're like, oh, God. And then, boom. Okay, what do you need? You need 20,000 baht? No problem, honey. Oh, my God. Crazy. Let's see here. And this is the thing. A lot of guys, when they come over here, they're young and dumb and full of cum. And it takes a while before they start learning the ropes And then they just go, nah, I'm not doing that. You know, I'm spending maybe $1,600 a month now. I expect to pay around $3,600 in Thailand until I settle into my regular routine and locate a region that suits my budget and lifestyle. I don't know why you spend $3,600. I mean, you can, but for what? Eating out in Thailand can actually save money if done properly, and you need some discipline. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I spend a lot at the grocery. And like I said, oh, did I go out to eat yesterday? No, I didn't. You know why? Because I said to myself, I just bought. Yesterday I spent 600 baht at the grocery. You know, I buy stuff like bread, cheese, milk, all this kind of stuff. I buy it all the time because my kids eat a lot. We eat a lot at our house, right? I mean, you know, 4 people, the food doesn't go very far. Women don't need bar girls and eat less. What? Don't need bar girls and eat less, so it's different, but appreciate your experience. Well, you mean you don't need bar girls. Well, that's good. I mean, really, you'd be surprised at how many guys do need them. But still, I mean, you know, yeah, you'll say they don't eat that much, but maybe they don't eat what you eat, and they're going to want something different. That's my wife. We go out and we buy stuff for me and the kids, and then she's like, oh, I've got to get some of these. I need some stink beans. I need this. I need that. And before I know it, she's, you know, pissed away a bunch of money because she wants food that she wants. Which, you know, whatever. She's allowed to do that. Now, I am thinking about getting out of here. Yes, indeed. I'm thinking about getting out of here. I don't know. We'll see. There's a coffee shop in the back. There's a little place to sit in the back. I may go back there in a minute or two. I don't know. I'm all set up here, though. What is the most expensive surprise that you have had in Thailand? What was the most expensive thing you had to buy? I'm not talking about a house. I'm talking about, was there something that you felt the need to buy? What works in your monthly budget? How much is it? Have you or someone you know gotten stuck here with no money? Yes, I have. Many people. Not lately, but there have been quite a few. Listen, my wife doesn't go to she doesn't go to beauty clinics and shit like that, but she does go, and even though she has a 20,000 baht hair dryer, she goes and gets her hair done and her makeup done and her fingernails painted and her toenails painted, and then she's got to get a massage, and all that shit costs money. Up here, 2 entries and 2 carafes of frozen alcohol is $20 twice a week. That's not bad. I think I will pay more because I'll be traveling to find a place to live. Well, you know what you could do, it's pretty simple. You just map out a number of places that you're interested in, like 5 or 6 places, and you plan the route that you go on, and that's how you go to them. Maybe you go around and then come back down to where it's a little more cost effective. At my age, they can twerk, bounce, and jiggle all they want. I can say no. A hot shower and a cool bedroom beats rolling the dice on some other person and what they want to pry out of me. Ain't that the truth? That is the truth. I look at it like this. I see all kinds of women all over the place. And of course, there's cute women everywhere. you know, but I know that, you know, this weekend my wife comes back, and that's why I'm just fine. Much better living check to check in Thailand than in the United States. Wow. Well, I think you don't have to live check to check in Thailand. I think you could live a little better if you really wanted to. But I don't. Well, I can't help you then. It perhaps is one good thing about getting old. The brain does the thinking, yes, instead of the dick. You know, that's the bottom line. Let me see if I can do this here. My shoulder is just completely tweaked. But I'm going to try to get over to this place. Get out of here while we have a little bit of time. Now, if I close this, it should be fine. My elder friends in Thailand have more sex than me. Well, I'm your elder friend, and I have more sex than you. Some of my routes off of your videos. I'll figure out my route after I get there. I'm going to put up a video, I think, in the next couple of days. And I'll have some places that most people don't know about or don't go. I'm in Chicago, 140 pounds, 5'9", food is fuel, so I don't eat a lot, but well, and cook. Hair, nails is my, yes, it is. Have you ever lived here? Have you ever lived here? And I'm gonna take it you're a female. You have been here before. Okay, so you know the ropes. California's a sexist desert. Well, nice to see you. Yeah, I don't have to worry about that stuff. But that's that's one of the reasons why I hooked up. You know, she knew me, I knew her, and I mean it's like what 27 years now or something. I mean I knew her when she was very immature, and now I'm the immature one. All right, let me see if I can do this here. I am going to go to another place, and I think I have some stability. Sex with yourself doesn't really count. Oh yeah, let's take a little walk into the back. No more, what was this thing called? This was the Japanese place. No, my shoulder is better, but it still hurts. It's a lot better. Much, much better. I have many injuries. I'm gonna have to read these when I sit down because it's hard for me to read these. There's one place I want to go to, and it's in the back. Should be a lot more thumbs up. Yeah, there should be, but you know. Hey, don't forget the super chat. Don't forget the Cash App. Don't forget to join the channel. And don't forget the free thumbs up that you can just hit that button and it'll be completely free. Oh, God. Hopefully, I'll have some room to sit down in the back. Jeez Louise. Place is empty now. I haven't done a little walkthrough in a while, huh? All right, we're almost there. I can't buy the Chinese cars. I just can't do it. All right, I'm gonna put this down over here and get over here. They got the birds out. Give me 1 second. I gotta order my food. My drink, rather. Espresso ร้อน
espresso ร้อน
ครับแล้วก็สมอ
เป็น2 รายการนะคะสแกนกับ
บัตรที่นี่
เป็นสแกนกับเงินสดนะคะ
Fuck. All right, hang on. Bullshit. Fucking motherfuckers. They don't take a credit card. Unbelievable. Hang on a second. I'm gonna have to pay this because give me 1 second. Give me a second here. Okay. Thank you. Jesus. They have the terminal, so you can pay with a credit card, you can scan, you can do all kinds of things. And they go, nope, all you can do is scan here. You can't do anything else. Look at that big boy. All right. Hang on a second. All right, let me read some of this stuff here. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If I was there in Bangkok, I'd give you a peptide TB500 and BPC 157. It's healing peptide. Thank you. Elbows close to the core. Oh, God. Who's telling me that? First of all, I'm not lifting now. I have a torn shoulder. I can't lift anything. Enjoy the stream. Got to head back to bed. 3:45 wake up. 5:45 flight to work. Okay. Take care. Chang Noi. Just saw a report said predict over 100,000 more cases of cancer in the U.S. because many CAT scans. Great. Are there still fish swimming? Yes. Netta is going tits up. Who's next? What's Netta? I don't even know what that is. A double Blanton with single cube. Maybe we should stop using CAT scans. Da 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 da. Get rid of dairy foods, bro. And the carbs. My 1 cent to you. What? Etc. My 1 cent to you. Oh well, thank you very much, dude. Really, please don't tell me this. Oh, here's my stuff. Hang on. You watch this guy. All right. All right, let's see here. Now, what were we saying? Get rid of all dairy foods. Okay, whatever you said, buddy. Listen, I've already been on the keto. I've done the carnivore. I'm in pretty good shape. I'm not in terrible shape. I'm in decent shape for being 63 years old. So, you know, if I want to have a little something, I'm going to have a little something. That's how it works. Net equals Chinese even. I don't deal with them. I don't want to do anything China. No China for me. Heart attacks, strokes, cancer, etc. on the rise. Current excess. Yeah, but I don't live in the United States, so always wear the apron when getting dental x-rays. I'd only buy an EV if I can afford 2 vehicles because one of them needs to be gas. Yes, thank you. Here you go, guys. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Dairy has been implicated in rheumatoid arthritis. I suffer several types of arthritis. I quit almost all dairy. I understand that. That's fine. You can quit if you want. I don't have much dairy in my life. Much at all. I don't drink milk. Where are those birds at? Oh, here's the birds over here. Can you see them? Yeah, you can see them right there. These are all the gold shops. They got another coffee shop right across from this coffee shop. Yeah, there's 2 birds. Yeah, as in selling gold, yes. Thank you. I know. You know, I just haven't been getting out that much lately because I just haven't, I don't know, I just don't feel like doing the same old shit. That's what it is. I want to do stuff I don't do all the time. You can see the fish. and the birds. Where'd he go? If I had arthritis flare up in my hand in December, it felt like I had a broken hand for a week. Listen, both of my hands are swollen. Look at this hand and look at this hand. They are not the same. I know Billy knows. They're both swollen. Always. Nothing I can do about it. Just cut down on the things that cause swelling, the inflammation, and that's it. I don't have much. I got an espresso here. There's no milk in this. You know. So, I mean, I don't have a lot of dairy and all this other kind of stuff. So, like I said, I have not felt like going to some of the places that I go all the time. How many times can I go down to the Chao Phraya River? I mean, really, how many times do I need to go down there? I go down there 50 times, and after a while, I'm just like, God, I'm bored with this place. I'm bored with seeing this place. I'll go down to Little Portugal again for the 5th time. I don't want to see it. You know, I mean, that's the thing, you know. Now, the boys and myself, if the boys don't want to go, they ain't going to go. But I'll go. There's a couple places I want to go. I've been wanting to go. And this month I'll have the money. I'll have the money. I'll have everything set aside. I'll be able to go. I'll be able to do what I want. And I can start doing everything that I want again. Well, I remember when we went to FBT, I can't do half the things that I did back then. That was maybe 5 years ago. I can't lift my right arm up. I sure in the hell can't throw a 10-punch combination like I used to be able to when I was younger. No way. I can do it slow, but that's it. But, you know, there's some places I'm going to put them up, and I talked about them a couple streams ago, where if you guys want to go, you can go there. The only thing, it's going to take a little bit more work to get there. You know, you might have to sit another 3 hours, 4 hours. That's what it's going to take to get there. You're not going to be able to just go, well, I'm going to go here and I'm going to go there and I'm going to go the same places everybody goes. No, you're not, because if you go to the same places everybody else goes, they're going to be going to Bangsan and Pattaya and Rayong and Koh Chang over in the east. That's what they're going to do. I've already been to every single one of those places. A couple weeks ago, my wife said, oh, you want to go to Koh Chang? I said, you mean the one we just went to like 2 months ago? And she goes, yeah. I I go, what do I want to go there for? I've been there like 10 times in my life. I just didn't understand, you know. Been there, done that. I went there when there was nobody there. I went when there was nobody there. And I went to multiple islands. I just paid the guy who drove the boat, the captain. He took me around. I went to all kinds of places. Now I go there, it's going to be filled up with people. I don't want to do that. I mean, really, if you think about it, if you've done all these things, and then you're going to go back and do them again. Oh, and then you're going to go do them again, and you're going to go do them again. I mean, listen, I've been wanting to go to Sarni's down by the river. I've been wanting to go do that. The only reason that I might go down there is because I can't find the footage that I have of some of these places that I like, these coffee places. I cannot find the footage. I don't know what happened to it. If I can't find it, I'll go down there. But I have no reason to go down there now. I mean, I could get on the electric boat, but I've been on the electric boat. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do something exciting, man. Jesus Christ. You name it, man. I've been there. Gold right now. What is it now? 50. I can't see right now. I think it's 51,250. 51,000 baht. It might be 52,000. 52,000 baht for 1 baht of gold. That's crazy. What is that? 1,500? 650. No, it's more than that. Crazy. I'm talking about per baht, it's about 1,600, 1,550, something like that. So yeah, per ounce, it's crazy. It's just crazy, and I'm like, well, how am I ever going to make any money from it now? I made money from gold before, and you know, nowadays it's a little bit different. Check this out. There is the fish. This way. You can barely see them now. I mean, those are nice beaches. Those are really not. Oh, look at that one. Massive. I wonder how old that thing is. Huh. That was big, huh? Really big. Bahtman is nice. I've been there. I had a fight there. I fought in Bahtman, and that was a long time ago. But you know, it's just another one of those places. Rope is a great workout. No, man, the way that I am right now, believe me, I know what I can do and what I cannot do. And there's not much I can do right now. Swimming, maybe. It's a massive fish. Anyway. No credit card here. You cannot use credit card here. No, you cannot use cash here. If you go into Starbucks, they won't let you use cash. You cannot use cash in Starbucks. Alrighty. Best wishes, yes. SoCal. Where are you in SoCal? Flared up last week. I like the rope. Easy way to keep it in hand. Yeah, I wouldn't use a rope from my shoulder. There's just no way. Huntington Beach. I used to live there. I used to live on Main, and I can't remember, but maybe it was 2nd and Main. It crossed like this, you know. It was like this. We had a house. Me and 2 other guys had a house there, and we would go surfing every morning. It was a lot of fun. That was a long time ago too. That was when we were young. Anyway. Lake in Garfield. I wouldn't even know the place now if I went there. I probably wouldn't even know it. You know, but I mean, back then it was like that was the place to be, man. You know, go surfing over there by the pier and go boogie boarding in the afternoon. It was great. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm sure it has. Those were the good old days. Well, that's how it goes, you know, especially when you get older, that's what happens. Oh, she's got a little thing set. I don't know why they do that. They set up 2 places right next to each other that are coffee shops. There's got to be, let me think here. There has to be about 50 coffee shops in the mall. 50 coffee shops. It's getting time to buy. It's getting time to buy a new laptop. My laptop is getting a little swollen. Yeah, I had a couple boogie boards. They were sweet, man. They were really nice. And I was really good with the boogie boards. I wasn't that great with surfing, but I was good with boogie boarders. I could do 360s. You know, you'd be going you'd be falling down the lip, and you'd spin around and roll over and do a roll. I mean, it was so much fun, man. And my friend from Australia was here for like a year, and we were all hanging out and just I mean, it was like every weekend we go out and just party and yeah, but you're laying down. You're not standing up. And it's shorter. Those were a lot of fun. Yeah. I wanted to go, I mean, up until a couple of years ago, I wanted to go out to Gilles in Indonesia. They had like, you know, huge waves. I didn't want to go on the waves. I wanted to go on the smaller waves. I wanted to go out there, and now I'm like, you know, I won't do that. I'll probably drown if I did that, you know. So I got to be very careful. You know. Yeah, I mean, you know, body surfing is one thing, and you can do some body surfing sometimes. But like I did it in Vietnam with my friend and my kids, and because there were some waves. But boogie boarding it was nice. I mean, you know, I had a couple nice boards, and I had a nice back then. I mean, I bought my surfboard for like $400, and then I had a couple of boogie boards, and they were a couple $100 each. They weren't like the little cheap foam ones. They were really nice, you know. So, but they all got left behind. So, yeah. My friend lives at Laguna now, you know. One of my good buddies, he lives out there. He lives Laguna Beach. Yeah. Well, that may happen. You know, I don't know what the deal is with the ocean and the water and the currents and everything like that out in Portugal. I really don't know much about it. I think the water is colder. I'm not sure about Spain either, because I've been looking at those places as places to go. But my wife and I looked at Greece, and we're actually thinking about Greece, maybe going there for like a month. Just relax in Greece. Be on one of those sides of the mountains when you look down and you can see all the Mediterranean, and yeah, that's the dream, man. Let me get out of here. Get out of Thailand. I'll go some other place in Thailand where nobody knows about. These places, I don't know how they stay up. I don't know how they stay alive, because they don't make that much money off of the gold. Went to a big wave spot in Portugal. The break was amazing. Yeah, I know there's a couple there that, but I'm just not that into it, you know. I'm not that good, and I'm older, and I'm not looking to get killed. And some of those waves they'll kill you there, you know. Nacera, okay. Ooh. You know, people have been telling me about, oh my God, I don't want to come to Thailand because all the people, they're all wearing masks. You know, I got people behind me here or in front of me. Nobody's wearing a mask. There's one guy over there wearing a mask. Everybody over here is not wearing a mask. Everybody behind me is not wearing a mask. Almost nobody is wearing masks. The only people that wear masks are in restaurants where, you know, they're serving food or something like that. Maybe they're wearing a mask. All right, now here comes a lady who's wearing one. Why do you want me to explain it to you? Where's the excitement in that? It'll be a Mac, that's what I'll say. And maybe this time it'll be a MacBook Air, I don't know. MacBook Air, and then maybe 50,000, 45,000, I don't know. There, that's my choice. That's my explaining. Well, I try not to think of sharks. Even though the chance is very slim that you get munched by a shark, I try not to think about it. And I'll tell you what, my wife will not go into the water past her knees because she's scared shitless of sharks. She's like, nope, no way, I am not going in the ocean. She'll go up to her knees and that's it. I already got the battery to replace it. I can do that. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can do a couple of things to it to make it work for another couple of years. I don't know. It just depends. We'll have to see how it holds up for the next 6 months. You know? If it holds up, great. If it doesn't, well, it's the way it goes. And, you know, at some point, another iPhone, which I'm not looking forward to buying either of those. I'd rather just not have them. I'd rather have a phone and that's it. Anyway, there's the birds. Yeah, well, unfortunately, that's not what I want. I don't want a stupid phone. All I want is a phone that has internet, and I can stream if I want to stream. I can watch videos if I want to watch video. I listen to Spotify. I check my emails, and that's about it. That's all I need. I don't need a whole lot more. I'm downsizing. That's the thing. The older I get, the more I downsize. No. No. That's not going to happen. I don't like that. I don't like Google. I don't like Google. I don't like... listen, Alex or Nicholas bought a... what the hell was it? He bought a... He bought Windows. He bought a laptop, and he's happy with it. He's completely happy with it. It was like 40,000 baht. So that's good. I don't care. It doesn't matter, because I don't give a shit about Google. I really don't give a shit about Google phones, I don't care. The only reason I like Apple is because I got an Apple phone. I've had Apple phones from the beginning, and that's it. So, it's simple as that. I have what I have, and I like it. Yeah, well, not much of my family goes out in the ocean anymore. They used to go out all the time, but not now. I just miss the... I saw that they had mahi here in Thailand, but it's kind of difficult to get. Well, I wouldn't call it a rut. You can call it a rut, but I don't. I call having a Google being in a rut. All right, let me get out of this place. Take a little walk for a minute. I know where I'm gonna go. Oh. Okay, you fanboys. You guys be your fanboys. I'm not a fanboy of anything. Just give me something that works. I'm fine. That's all. We're all good. This place is good too, but I never eat here because their food is garbage. Look at that. No, thank you. Well, good for you. And? What is your point? What does that matter? Does it matter to me? No, not at all. Anybody out there? Anybody here now? Can anybody hear? Let me try something real quick. There we are. Yes, I'm back. I am back. Oh. I made it. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you there, Dale. Appreciate it. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you guys joining me. And that is all I've got. And you know what? I'm going to see you maybe next Friday. If it's not next Friday, I don't know. It's been fun. But you know, sometimes I like to relax, do my thing. And I'll be figuring out what I'm going to do next week. So anyway, there we go. That's it. That's all I have. Very relaxing place here. They made a relaxation room for people in the mall. You can come here and just chill out. You don't have to go buy anything. You don't have to do anything. You just chill out here. So it's not bad. Anyway, I gotta go buy some things, so that's what we're gonna do. So thanks again, and I will see you guys when I see you. I'm right here. What do you want me to do? I'm here. That's good. Oftentimes malls have few places to sit. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, they have very few places to sit, but now this particular mall has all kinds of seats around. They have places where people just sit in the middle of the mall. They have little rooms like this. It's nice. So I got to go buy a couple things, and I'm getting out of here. I got some things to go do, but I will talk to you guys all later. Thank you very much. Until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Be frugal. Be smart. Don't be stupid with your money, especially you youngsters out there. But anyway, I'll see you when I see you. Until next time, choke D, lil jerk and my. That's all I got to say. Thank you and good luck. Dule didi, if you know what that means. Take care of yourself.